Hello, this is Brandon from DMZ Solutions. I'd like to walk you through GTO version 2.3.2's new features. First, I'd like to introduce auditing. In the new version, auditing is performed on all interactions in GTO where data is changed. However, our initial release of auditing will only show audit data related to gas deals and contracts through two new screens. First, let's take a look at the gas deals. You'll notice a new button in the top right called View Audit Log. When we click that, it will cause the audit log for this deal to display and show all changes made to the deal since it was created. Now, older deals will not show any changes as we had not been recording changes to deals prior to this release, but any changes made from this point forward should be recorded and available through this screen. You'll notice 5 columns: date, showing the date the change was made; user, showing who changed it; field changed, showing which field was actually changed; old value, showing what the value used to be; new value, showing what the user changed the value to. Like every grid in GTO, this one is able to be sorted, grouped, and filtered. Now let's look at the contract screen. The same View Audit Log button is available on the contract screen to show changes made to the contract as well. When we click that, we see the same 5 column headers, except we have an additional one called Item Changed. This is to show you whether or not the field on the contract or the field on the volume ticket was changed. And again, like every grid in GTO, this grid can be sorted, filtered, and grouped. The next feature we added is a new way to query gas deals in GTO, so let's take a look. To get to this new report, on the toolbar, go to Reports, and then Gas Deals. Here you see a standard grid that's available throughout GTO. Initially, this screen will show all deals in GTO. Now what makes this screen stand out is the ability to save multiple layouts for the same screen. Let's see how powerful this can be. For our first example, I want to look through gas deals which have a flow date between 1/1/2018 and 1/31/2018. So I'll open the filter editor by right-clicking any of the column headers and selecting Filter Editor. From here, you can see we already have trade date in the filter editor, so we're going to remove that by clicking the red X and add a new filter criteria by clicking the blue plus sign. And then I'm going to choose flow start date is between, and then I'll just type this in, 1/1/2018. I'll hit tab to tab over to the next one. This one I'll put in manually, so I can click through the screen just like you normally would in any other part of GTO. And I'll do 1/31/2018. From here I'll click apply, and we'll watch our grid update in the background. So now the only deals you can see in this screen are deals with a flow start date between 1/1 and 1/31/2018. Let's add one more criteria. We'll click the green plus sign one more time. We'll select, in this case, pipeline, and then I'm going to say equals, and I'm just going to put in an easy pipeline for now, TGP. I'll click apply, and our grid is now updated to only show TGP pipeline deals with a flow start date between 1/1/2018 and 1/31/2018. So as you can see, you can add multiple criteria, and you can use a multitude of field names, all available in the grid. Now you'll notice there appear to be more field names in the filter editor than are available on the screen itself. Let's take a look at why that is. I'm just going to click OK to close the filter editor. Right now we're only displaying these columns, but if we want to add columns or remove columns, we can right-click any of the column headers, go to Show Column Chooser, and now we can drag and drop any column that we want onto our grid or remove any column from our grid. Let's look at contact. Let's remove contact because there's no data there. So now you see contact's gone. We don't see that data anymore. And let's add total deal price. We'll put that over here next to purchase volume. Move this out of the way. And now you can see our total prices or total deal prices over here. We'll close the column chooser just by clicking the X. And now we've added a new column. The next thing we'll talk about is pretty simple. It's just sorting. So to sort by any column, all you need to do is just click on the column header. So if you want to sort by counterparty, we'll click on the counterparty. Now let's look at grouping data in our grid. Grouping can be a powerful tool for drilling down into data one layer at a time. Let's group our data by counterparty by dragging the column header into the group panel at the top of the grid. Now you see our data has been grouped by counterparty, so we can click the plus sign next to any counterparty to see the deals from that counterparty using the filters we set up earlier in this demo. Let's look at Conoco by clicking the plus sign next to Conoco. We can continue to group our data by column by dragging additional columns to the group panel. Let's try that with pipeline. We'll drag pipeline up to the group panel. Now our Conoco group only shows one pipeline called TGP. If you remember earlier in the filter editor, we added TGP as the only pipeline we wanted to see. Let's go back and remove that. We get to the filter editor again by either clicking the pencil down here that says Edit Filter, or we can right-click any of the column headers and choose Filter Editor. To remove the pipeline, we'll click the Delete button and click OK. And now that we've removed the pipeline from our filter data, you can see that Conoco now has more pipelines available in its groupings. So let's just take a look at one. We'll take a look at El Paso. If we click it, we can see now only deals from the flow date that we had for Conoco at the El Paso pipeline. To undo groupings, all we need to do is drag the column header from the group panel back onto the grid, and again we can place it in any order we want. We'll do that with both pipeline and counterparty. One additional feature we added was the ability to copy deals from this grid into Excel. To do so, you'll need to click inside the grid, hold Control and the A key on your keyboard to simultaneously highlight all deals in the grid, and then press the Control and C keys on your keyboard to copy the deals to your Windows clipboard. From here, open a new Excel spreadsheet and paste the deals using either the right-click context menu or the Control V key on your keyboard. And lastly, when you have your grid set up exactly the way you want, you can save it for later by just typing in the name in the Layout drop-down in the top right-hand corner of the report window, and then clicking the Save button. You can save as many layouts as you wish. There's also a Delete button to remove any layouts you no longer wish to keep. There are many more smaller features that are available in the grid to help you shape your data. Feel free to explore all these features at your leisure. Please let us know how we can improve this feature to meet your needs. Thank you for using GTL.